Assalamualaikum kids, I hope that you all are doing good. Well, this is your English teacher Ms. Javeria with another interesting grammar lesson today. My dear students, if you remember that in our previous lesson we studied about present simple tense, the situations that were permanent, the things that were going on in our daily routine. Today we are going to study about past simple tense. Past simple tense are actions that occurred in the past. For example, she washed her car. In this sentence, she is the subject, washed is the second form of verb, and car is the object. If you look at the table here, table for past simple tense, you will find out that at first you will have to write a subject. What is a subject? A doer of an action. Second form of verb. For example, what are verbs? Verbs are actions like make, talk, bake, drive, go. These all are verbs. These all are actions. If we want to write the second form of it, so we will change it as make will be made, talked, baked, drove, go, and want. So here washed is the second form of wash. We have used here washed. And car is the object here. It is the receiver of an action. She is a subject. She is doing something, doer of an action. Washed is the action with second form, and car is the object here. And for did, when we will write the negative and interrogative sentences, so we will use this did, and with the negative sentences we are going to use this not. So now let's move towards the structure for past simple tense. In our previous lesson, in the present simple tense, I have told you that if you memorize the table and the structure carefully, so tenses are no more difficult for you. It's all about the table and the structure. So now we are going to discuss the structure for past simple tense. Basically, we have three sentences here. We have three categories: affirmative, negative, and interrogative. So at first, we will talk about the affirmative structure. That will be subject plus second form of verb plus object. What will be the structure for the affirmative? You will have to write a subject, second form of verb, and then an object. Now for the negative, what you have to write? You have to write a subject, then did, not, then first form of verb, and then object. Whenever in a sentence, according to English rule, we cannot use two second forms in the same sentence. Like here we are using did is the second form of do. So we will use the another form of verb as a first form of verb. Now for the interrogative, did will come at the first, then subject, then again first form of verb according to English rule. As we are already using did here, so we will use first form of verb plus object. And I have told you in a previous lesson that whenever we talk about the interrogative sentences or any question, so it is must to mark a question mark at the end. Now let's repeat the structure once again. Affirmative, subject plus second form of verb plus object. For negative, subject plus did plus not plus first form of verb plus object. Interrogative, did plus subject plus first form of verb and then object. Now let's start making some sentences of past simple tense. The first sentence I will make above these structure so that it will be easier for you to understand. For example, the first translation that we can do is मैंने चाय पी. I took tea. Now here you can see that I is the subject. I is doing something. So this is the doer of this action. Took is the second form of take. If you want to do this past simple tense, you have to memorize the forms of verb. I took, and tea here is the object. subject I, second form of verb, took, object T. Now let's change this sentence into negative. Subject, what is the subject here? I, did as it is, not as it is, first form of verb. What will be the first form of took is? It will become take. So we will write take here and then object T. I did not take tea. Now let's move towards the interrogative sentence. What we will have to do, the did from this structure will come at the first and then the rest of the structure will be the same. What we have to do, we will copy down did. What will be the subject? Did I, first form of verb, take, object T, and then question mark. This is the interrogative sentence. Did I take tea? I took tea. I did not take tea. Did I take tea? These three sentences are for the past simple tense. It's all about the structure and the table. And along with this structure and table, you have to memorize the forms of verb as well, which are very, very simple, and also they are included in your book on page number 120. There are forms of verb. You have to memorize those forms of verb to do these tenses carefully. Now what will be the next translation? Ammi ne cake banaya. Mother baked a cake. Subject, second form of verb, object. Now what will be the negative sentence? This is the affirmative and negative will be mother did not, and then what will be the first form of this baked? It will become bake and the object is cake. Negative, mother did not bake a cake. Now for the interrogative, did will come at the first, did, then subject mother, then first form of verb bake, and then the object cake. And for the interrogative, what I have told you, what we have to mention at the last, we have to mark a question mark. Did mother bake a cake? Now let's repeat these sentences with me. Affirmative, mother baked a cake. Negative, mother did not bake a cake. Interrogative, did mother bake a cake? Now let's move towards the next sentence, which is Ahmad ne khat likha. What will be the affirmative translation of this sentence? Ahmad ne khat likha. For the affirmative, what we have to do, we have to write the subject first, and subject is Ahmad. What is the second form of verb? Wrote a letter. Here wrote is the second form of write. So for the negative and interrogative, we will use this form, write. Negative, subject, then did not. Ahmad did not, and then what we have to write? This, the first form of verb. Ahmad did not write a letter. This is the object. Now for the interrogative, what we have to do? Did will come at the first, did, then subject, Ahmad. I am repeating the structure again and again along with every sentence that you can memorize it very well. Did Ahmad, first form of verb. Excuse me. Did Ahmad write a letter? And then a question mark. Now let's repeat these sentences with me once again. Affirmative, Ahmad wrote a letter. Negative, Ahmad did not write a letter. Interrogative, did Ahmad write a letter? Now let's move towards our next sentence, which is a very simple sentence. As according to its name, you can find out past simple tense. So this tense is also very simple, just like present simple tense. Now our next and last sentence is Unhone cricket khela. They played cricket. This is the affirmative. What will be the negative sentence? They, we will write down did not. What will be the first form of this played? Play. They did not play cricket. Now for the interrogative, did will come at the first. Did, subject they, first form of verb play, object cricket, and then a question mark. Now let's repeat these sentences with me. Affirmative, they played cricket. Negative, they did not play cricket. Interrogative, did they play cricket? So my dear students, that's all for today's lesson. I hope that you have enjoyed today's lesson. You have to memorize the structure, the table and the sentences, and you must try to do this translation of your own. I will catch you inshallah next week with another lesson. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz. Goodbye.